kill shit. 6 feet.
All right, 6 feet going deep. It's Torius with.
Keella Garre.
All right, Keella. This is your second time here.
Yes, it is.
6 feet alumni.
Honestly, we're moving up the ranks.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So how's life changed for you since like the last time we did the interview?
Oh my God, man, so much. I feel like last time we saw each other, I hadn't released. I mean, I had my one song out, Energy, but that was so long ago. But I hadn't released anything from my current project. And I was also living at a different place, and I was under different management. Like, honestly, a lot has changed. A lot has gone on, honestly.
Yeah, you just dropped your new single, Test Me, right?
Yes, Test Me. I just released Test Me on the 24th of February. So almost 2 weeks ago now.
It's been making a lot of noise. Like, you've been roaring in these
Thank you.
Instagram streets.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's done really, really good on social media. And then, like, it's been difficult to, like, translate those into, like, streams and stuff because the song is very, like, outgoing. Like, you really just want to watch it, like, on YouTube or, like, when you're at the gym. I've heard a lot of people, like, really like it at the gym. But it's doing really good, honestly. It's doing better than I thought it would. So I'm happy.
It is actually, like, a perfect workout song, isn't it?
Yeah. Everybody's like, yo, you need to release more. I'll be going hard in the gym. I'm like, yeah.
What do you listen to when you're in it? All right, what do you listen to? My bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Well, my journey with going to the gym has been pretty slow. I don't work out that much. I'm starting to now, but because I'm like a newbie at working out, I have to watch like these workout videos. So sometimes I just don't listen to music. I just like watch the videos. But the music that I regularly listen to, currently, I'm obsessed with Don Toliver's new album and with Kali Uchis's new album. That's like, since the release, it's like the only thing that I've been listening to. Like, I'll listen to like the whole Don Toliver one, and then I'll go and listen to the whole Kali Uchis, and then I'll go back to the Don Toliver, and it's just like been like that for the past like week.
2 favorite artists.
Oh my God, they're just amazing. I'm an artist. I enjoy music. I enjoy the arts. Like, I do a lot of different styles of art, not just music, And for me personally, I don't listen to a lot of music. Like, I don't have things where I'm like, oh, I'm going to listen to music. What I do the most is, like, I love background music. I love music that can just play and, like, I can clean my house. I can do whatever I need to do, all my errands and stuff. So I love, like, their music because it's always so chill and just, like, vibey, and it has, like, that spice. It's perfect.
Test.
That
Test me.
Good.
Test me.
Test me. Something that we can talk about is what happened for my release party for Test.
Oh, before we talk about that,
I'm just saying.
Nah, we can get back to it. But I was gonna say, like, girls must hate you because you say you don't work out, but you look like you do. Like, you must have a crazy metabolism.
I do. Honestly, I've always been a skinny girl, like, always. Since I was little, like, they literally used to call me fideo in Spanish. It's like spaghetti.
For real?
Because I've always just been so thin, and I've always had like a little bit of a bubble butt, but that's like, like whatever, like, I'm thankful. But it wasn't really until like I got my boobs that like I started really.
Were you ever like insecure about being skinny?
No, I've never been insecure about being skinny. It's just annoying because I do fluctuate weight a lot, So it's like sometimes I'll be looking thicker, sometimes I'm looking really skinny. Like right now, personally, I'm really skinny. And like, it's annoying when you go places and people just like mention it. Like, they're just like, you're so skinny. I'm just like, I have a mirror, bitch. Like, I know.
So do you take that as a compliment, or is that not a compliment?
I mean, it's a compliment, but it's not really like a compliment that I appreciate, because it's like, there's so much other things that you could compliment me on that would make me feel good about myself. But it's like, I feel like regarding anyone's weight, it's kind of like no one's ever really truly like happy about their weight or whatever, So it's like, there's so much more that you can compliment me on than just like, you're so skinny. Like, I get it.
Since you said that brings a topic that I was thinking about like recently, right? Where girls would always say that like they don't like when guys like. What do you like when a guy compliments you on like your body or your like intelligence or like your personality?
When it comes to guys, I'd say definitely my style. Like whenever I'm out or whatever, like people normally like are like, "Oh, I love your fit." Like that's probably my favorite compliment that you could ever give me.
Mm.
But when it comes to like a guy, yeah, I would much rather him compliment me on my intelligence or my outfit rather than my looks, because it's kind of like, okay, like I get it.
Cause like one compliment I see girls always saying, they're like, I'd rather be complimented on my energy than how I look.
Oh my God, for sure. That's like the best compliment though. Like when you walked in here and you were like, "Oh, your house has such good energy," I'm like, period.
But the thing is, Keella, is that like, you know, I realize that it's kind of easier because you're like born with your energy, aren't you? Like your life kind of created that energy for you, but it's harder to look good and attractive, you know, because you got to put in a lot more. Like, yeah, you got to put in a lot more work than you got to put in work for your energy.
Right. It also just depends too. Like I feel like it's more beyond like looks too. I feel like it's like everybody likes different things. Everybody thinks different things are attractive. Da 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 da. But if someone with a good energy is always gonna be more attractive than someone with a bad energy. Like I've seen guys that I'm like, "Oh my God, he's so hot," and then like I've met them in person and they have had like the worst personality ever, and I'm like, "Ew, like you're ugly to me now. Like you can't fix that." Mine.
Yeah, your energy reminds me of a tree. Like I just feel like you're just like real majestic, I guess.
Oh, thank you.
Like you're just like one with nature.
I really am. Like I'm just at peace. Like I like to live a really tranquil life. Like I like to stay really organized. I'm very, very like stern, I'd say. Like I like to have a schedule. I like to be really firm and like do things correctly, like things like that, you know, but, which can be annoying sometimes too, honestly. Like
You said you're organized?
yeah.
Yeah, I would say that you're very organized.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, like, I can be a mess. Don't get me wrong. Like, I can be a mess, but like, I'm always like to clean it up right away.
But don't you feel like organization is beauty?
Yeah, for sure.
Because when things are like, if you go to like a dump, it's not organized. Mm-hmm. But if you go to like a nice neighborhood, it's organized.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So back to like what we were talking about, when it comes to like creating like your look, right, versus your energy, what do you feel has more contribution to society, like your energy or like how you actually, do you feel like how you look is important?
Personally, yeah. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, to me, I think the way you present yourself, the way you put yourself out there, like, is really important, at least personally to as an artist, you know, because it's really easy for people like to say like, you're this, you're that, you're this, but like it depends on what you put out there that the people are going to perceive that, you know. So it's like, I, for example, have gotten like a huge misconception because like on my Instagram, I guess like I like to like show off my boobs a lot, I guess. I don't know. I've personally never noticed it, but people have came up to me and been like, "Oh, like you just love to like, you know, like show your boobs on Instagram." And I'm like, okay, maybe that's the image that I've, you know, put out, but that's why, you know.
They sound like haters.
I mean, you know, people is going to hate. I don't give a fuck as long as you're talking about me, you know?
I'm going to switch the mic because it keeps going in and out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, as long as they're talking about it. Like, you know, that's something that, like, for me personally, like, I'm very much like a free spirit. It's kind of like I don't really take like offense to anything or anybody's opinion that is not personally involved in my life. So, you know, to me, it's kind of like with success, as much as being successful in the music industry and like in the public eye is good, it also comes with its like cons, you know, and I'm very aware of those. Like I know that people are going to talk. I know not everybody's going to like me. I know people are always going to have something to say, and I'm totally okay with that. So I'm like, you know, say what you want. But at the end of the day, you know, I do care about my personal, like, you know, image. I would say actually, because I was talking about this with a friend, and it's like, I think I personally am a very different person than the person that I portray on Instagram. Even though that's still me, I always use the excuse that I'm a Gemini. Wait, I don't know if you can hear. I can hear it. Mm-mm.
It's the cable.
Oh, there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Better?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you're a rock star on Instagram.
Thank you. Honestly, like that's the vibe. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm still a rock star, you know, but I'm way more like mellow, and I'm way more emotional, like in real life than I am on social media. Like, especially with the release of Test Me, it's kind of like an image that I like have to keep up, you know, of like, you know, which that's still me, but it's like, you know, that's just my image, you know.
Like you already know what you're doing.
Thank you. I mean, I try to, honestly. I would never say that I know what I'm doing because at the end of the day, there's always so much room to learn. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm like trying to learn what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of haters, I had recently watched your Fresh and Fit interview.
Oh my God. Tea. That's some tea.
Yeah, I was like waiting to bring it up.
Nah. How'd you find it?
I was just watching it.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, is that Keella? Wait, I have to watch this.
No, that shit was bad. I do not like them. Fuck Fresh and Fit, honestly. Like, from the bottom of my heart.
You didn't seem like you.
Nah, bro. I don't respect people that like have a bad like, you know, like I don't even know how to explain it, but I just don't respect people that have bad intentions going into something, you know? Like that whole podcast's intentions is to literally like bring views by being controversial and especially against women, you know? And like the fact that, because obviously you don't know it going into it, you know, like it's normally like they just hit you up and they're like, oh, like a podcast, like it'll be good for your like we're just gonna be talking whatever. But then like you get there and immediately before the podcast even starts, they start treating you like shit, like girls go over there, like like don't talk, like when I talk, like, you know, they just talk to you so shitty. And then it's like they put you in this room and in front of a bunch of people watching, they just basically try to make fun of you. And I'm not the type of bitch that you're gonna make fun of. And then also not disrespect me, and then also just like check yourself. Like honestly, like they kicked me out of the podcast because I literally told him in front of his fucking whoever many people were watching that this is really what you're using your platform to spread. Like really, like you should be proud of yourself.
One thing that well, have you seen it before, like before you went on it?
No, that's my mistake. Do your research.
Well, one thing that test. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One thing that really caught my eye on that episode though was like, well, your ex-friend, she said, oh, people really paid, like someone sent like $50 just to make a comment, and it's like people really paid to like say negativity.
Right, literally, and it's like that's what you want to spend your money on. That's cool.
But isn't it weird that how like that negativity is what's making money and what's causing them to be so popular? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I just think that, you know, there's a market for everything. There's 8 billion people in this earth. Like, there's a market for everything. So I'm not really surprised that there's, like, a market for people that just want to be negative and, like, put women down, because that's honestly been a thing since, like, you know, before Jesus Christ. So it's, like, I'm not really surprised. I just, you know, I just don't want to be a part of it. Like, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to. If I would have known that's how it was going to be, then I wouldn't have gone on there.
Well, honestly, I feel like it was good that you went on because I watch a lot of their shows because, you know, they're my competition, right?
I mean, not really. Y'all are not even in the same lane, honestly. Like, you're actually, like...
They do interviews.
Yeah, but you do interviews solely, like, right? And then they
do... the podcast.
Right.
Because honestly, they have the formula, right? Like, get a bunch of people, like, a big panel. And it's like that creates the content, like the drama and all that stuff. Like, I understand that.
But, like, that's not what you want, though. Like...
No, like, I wouldn't be, like... Because I'm not, like Myron. He's a dickhead. So... I
cannot stand him.
Yeah, so I wouldn't, like... I would be a lot nicer. Like, I don't have the same, like, views as him, you know? He like, hates women.
He really does. I think he's...
No, but... Because... like, we've started... But
I'm sorry, man, but that's little dick energy to me. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I think you said he's gay.
Yeah, I know.
But I was saying, like, you know, like they have like an agenda to like,
oh my God, yeah,
to because there's already guys, like, you can understand, like, you know, everyone, like, women get frustrated with men get frustrated with women,
and that's fine, and you can have a conversation about that totally. Like, I support that, but it's more of like the atrocious dumbass shit he says that sometimes it's just like, all right, bro, like Like, is this like, am I being taped? Like, is this like some dumb shit? Because like, there's no way you just said that and you believe that, like, you know. So it's like whatever.
But the thing is like you're spiritually, you're at a much higher level than like honestly everyone there. Because after they left, you know, I would see like, because all those girls were honestly hating on you guys.
Oh, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's something about me that, like, you know, some people like it, some people dislike it, I don't really care because that's just how I am. But, like, I know who I am, and I've been known who I'm supposed to be since I was a very young child. Like, I have had people since I was little stop me in the streets like, you're going to be something really big for this earth. And that's something that I truly do believe. And I hold myself at that standard, you know, and, like, I know that my time is coming and, you know, I know my purpose. And when you're in a room with a lot of people that aren't at that level mentally, you know, as you, like, it shows. And, you know, I'm never a hater. I'm never the one to talk shit about no one, because at the end of the day, that shit just comes right back to you. And I could not tell you a single name of any of those girls that were there with me. So is it relevant to me? No. Are they there for clout? Yes. Do they need that more than I do? Yes, 100%. Like, that interview is not gonna make or break me, you know.
Are you what's your religion?
It's tricky to say. I grew up very Catholic, being from Spain, like going to church like almost every day. I did my baptism, I got my communion, like I was really, really a part of that religion. But because of how, like, it was so forced for me, like, for a long time I did, like, spread away from religion. And, like, I've just always been the kind of person that, like, you know, I believe in the universe, I believe in a higher power, I believe in, like, things like that. But slowly recently I have been connecting back into God and, like, searching for him more and, like, trying to figure out what's a common basis for me. I can't necessarily say I'm Catholic, I'm this, I'm that, because I don't relate to any of those. I always like to say that I have, like, my own religion in a sense. Like, I do believe in God, I do believe in Jesus, like, I believe in the things that they came here to do and did. I just don't really, like, agree with the whole, like, you know, like, no kids, like, no sex before marriage, like, this and that, like, I don't believe in heaven and hell, for example. Like, that's not in my conception. And I also don't believe in priests. So it's, like, it's difficult, but, like, I am religious. I do pray and stuff, but it's just, like, not, like, the regular.
Because the reason I asked is because, you know, in Catholicism or Christianity, it's basically about Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, the whole thing about Catholics or Christians is that they love how Jesus died. They love it, you know?
They do.
Like Easter.
I'm like, they do.
Yeah, like, if you think about it, like, they're always like, look, the Passion of the Christ. There's like a whole movie about how Christ died, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it won so many awards and so many people loved it. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know, the whole story of Jesus is basically like when you have a light, because Jesus is a regular person, just like all of us. Mm-hmm. He was like you. I'm not saying like you're Jesus.
I'm Jesus.
Keella Christ.
Literally.
But basically, like, the story of Jesus is that he was just a man like anyone else, but he decided he was not going to be fake. He's not going to be, like, conforming to what everyone wants him to be.
Exactly.
He's just himself, and they crucified him for it. And that's the story of what Christianity teaches. And it, you know, that's how I see you on that podcast. You know, yeah. You're not going to let all those girls, what Myron and all those people that work there, you're not going to let them, like,
yeah,
they want to bring you down.
And I mean, if you remember, like, why everything kind of happened, it was because I was defending, like, my previous relationship. And like, you know, I also understand that maybe those women, like, hadn't had the experience that I was lucky to have with my previous relationship.
Or they're jealous of it.
Or not even just jealous, just, like, you know, you can't be mad at the people that don't know any better. You know, like, some people just haven't gone through certain things in life and they just generally don't know, you know. But the reason why I was, like, defending that so much is because they were saying all of these things, like, every man is going to cheat, like, no man is ever going to be, like, you know, like, comfortable, or, like, one woman is never going to be enough, like, things like that. And I'm like, that's not true. Like, I literally had a man that was like that and, like, you know, was literally perfect in every way that you can imagine. So it's like, it was more so me trying to shed light on that, hey, what he's saying is wrong. There is hope out there. Like, whether it's, like, at 1%, because it is difficult in the streets, like, you know, there is men out there that are good.
Bro,
you know?
I didn't know you guys broke up, but
Yeah.
no, I met him. He was cool.
You met him? Oh, true. You met him. Wait, for the podcast?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
But like you guys seem happy. Like, were you guys happy together?
Oh my God. Yeah, we were so happy. Yeah, we had like the most amazing relationship.
So, because I've experienced it, like seeing you guys. So and I could tell it was genuine. So for me watching the podcast and then them like hating, because Myron has this like one track. It's like everything has to be like this instead of like there's a whole world.
Right.
So he's like, men have to do this for women. Men have to take care. Like basically you're not supposed to pay bills. You're not supposed to drive. You're not supposed to work or do have any hobbies or anything.
Right.
You're supposed to sit on the couch and just like stand still.
Right. And
So-
clean.
Yeah, exactly. and make sandwiches.
Literally.
So that's his worldview, and that's what I was saying before, that it's important for like girls like you, because I do notice the girls that he kicks off is because you're too powerful and
Right.
he can't control. Like he control all those other girls.
Exactly.
It's like he made like a hive mind. Like all those girls are like, oh, she's gonna understand one day. She's gonna understand. Like, and I'm just like, nah. You guys just understand because you guys are not Keella.
Exactly. Literally. Like, and maybe one day you will understand.
Yeah,
if you get lucky enough. Like, because honestly, like, it is what it is. But yeah.
I don't mean to like bring you back to that day, but
Nah, you're good. I don't care. It doesn't. It literally weighs no weight on me, like at all. Like, it is what it is. It was an experience that I experienced as I experienced a lot of things in this life. So it is what it is.
there was another comment that you had. There was a guy next to you, right? Brandon. You remember him?
I don't remember how we were seating, but I guess yeah.
You're saying he's like he was a bald guy.
Okay.
And he said that because they were talking about their body counts, right? And I remember you said like, oh, how do you guys have such high body counts with people? Like, how do you have that many people's energies?
Literally, yeah.
Because as a guy, there's pressure to sleep with as many women as you can.
I don't know why.
It's just like,
it makes no sense. Because then for girls, it's like you can't.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But look, Keella, I have a theory actually.
Right.
And I was talking about this on my last episode. That honestly, I feel like it's like to protect girls, because you were right. Like when you have sex, like if you're not aware when you have sex with somebody, it's like you're changing energies.
Right.
So you don't want to just be changing energies with anybody. But as women, you're like having a low body count means that you're protected from having the wrong energy to you.
Right.
Whereas as a man, it's like a trick, right? It's like you're told sleep with as many women as you can. It's like a trap where it's like if you sleep with the wrong girl, she's gonna fuck your energy up, and she could fuck your soul up, So so I feel like that's why it's like girls can't have like a high body count and guys do, because it's like to protect you guys.
I don't know if I believe that, honestly.
You don't think so?
No. I'm just like, at the end of the day, guys have it easier because they don't have like I don't think it should matter how many people, you sleep with. I do believe that like, if you're sleeping around a lot, then you are getting people's like energies. But at the end of the day, it's like, I just hate how it's so like cool for a guy to sleep with a lot of women, but then when a woman sleeps with a lot of men, she's like damaged. I just think that's so fucking stupid. Like, do what you want.
Well, have you ever slept with somebody that you didn't want, you didn't really like their energy?
No.
Like you feel like, oh, you have to, not like have to, but like that it was like.
I mean, I've been sexually abused before, but I don't count that as like my experiences.
Yeah.
So personally, no, I have never slept with anyone that I didn't feel like. I mean, I just, I personally don't like, I'm not a very like sexually active person, like outside of a relationship. So like in a relationship, yes, totally. But like outside of a relationship, I'm not really like interested in all of that. Like it doesn't, I'm not the type of girl that's like, oh my God, I just need dick. Like I'm not like that, So I don't know, but no, I have never slept with anyone that I didn't feel like I had a good connection with, for sure.
Well, like when you have sex with somebody, it's like, since you are changing those energies, someone can either charge you up or they can bring you down.
Right.
They can drain your energy. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of options. So you don't really have to be like, oh, I have to sleep with this guy because,
people think that, but no, my DMs is dry. my DMs is dry. I'll say that.
But I mean, like, Guys don't come up to you like in the streets, like, oh, excuse me.
I mean, yeah, but that's catcalling. You never pay attention to that. No girl ever.
If a guy asks you for your number, that's
I
catcalling.
mean, no. Oh, if I mean, yeah, people ask me for my number. I just don't give my number out. I always tell them just to get my Instagram.
You want to get the Instagram clout?
Not even just like, I'm generally 99% of the time not interested. So I'm like, I don't really like to have that many people have my phone number because my phone number has gotten leaked a couple times. And I just get like a bunch of annoying calls all the time. And I've had a good run now with my number.
Say it the mic like that because that sounded good.
I've had a good run with my phone number for the past year. I haven't had to change it, and I'm hoping that I don't have to change it because I do like my phone number. I know I might have to in the future, but for now we're good. So I just try not to give my phone number out. It's interesting though because when I was with my ex, I used to give my number out a lot. Like, you know, every time, because I mean, we would always pop out together. So it's kind of like, you know, if any guy ever came up to me and asked me for my number, like my boyfriend was right there. So I was like, whatever, I don't care. So I just gave him my number. But then I realized like, damn, like I just have mad people's numbers that I don't.
Your boyfriend wouldn't say anything? He wouldn't say anything?
No. What? My ex is literally like amazing. Like, I don't even want to get into it. Like he's not a jealous person. He's not toxic. He understands he had a bad bitch and he knew how to handle. You know what I'm saying? Like I had people coming up to me saying all kinds of crazy shit, as he did too. You know, he is also a really good looking guy. So, you know, we were just really secure in our relationship. We knew that, like, you know, we weren't the type of people to go out and cheat and do like crazy things. You know.
Are you looking for a relationship now, or are you trying to focus just on music?
No relationships for your girl. I'm actually very happy single. You know, me and my ex, like, we're not together, but we're still friends. You know, we check in on each other, we talk here and there, and like we have a really good friendship. And you know, if I wanted to be in a relationship, I would probably still be with my ex. Like, there's like nothing wrong there really. So I just don't. Like, I'm at this stage right now where, like, you know, I came out of a relationship that I was in for 2 years, and I focused a lot of my energy into that person. And, like, I'm at a place now where I'm ready, really ready to focus all of that energy onto myself and my friends. Like, I normally, as it happens, but I won't let it happen anymore, is that, you know, you get into relationships and, like, you kind of lose your girlfriends because, like, you're always hanging out with your man. And I'm really excited to tap in back with my girls, have girls' nights, like, you know, work, you know, and grow. And then, you know, maybe in a couple years, I'll be ready for a relationship again. But for now, I'm full on just, like, want to focus on myself and my career and my music.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, say it like there.
Yeah.
You hear it?
Heard, yeah.
So did you feel like being in a relationship kind of, all right. So first I'm going to ask you, like, how focused on music are you right now? And do you feel like being in a relationship kind of pulled you away from you making music?
I'm very focused on making music right now. I mean, my music is kind of already made. So I just really go to the studio to finish them as they start coming out. So that's really what I'm doing now. But I mean, I've always been really focused on my music. And I don't think my relationship ever distracted me from my music. It's more of my relationship distracted me of myself. You know, like, it got to the point where we didn't live together. We were having to, like, spend a lot of time at your house, my house, your house, my house, and that just wasn't stable for me.
I thought you guys did live together.
No, we never lived together. He always liked to have his own space, and I mean, I like to have my own space too. But, like, the reason maybe if, like, we have to pinpoint of, like, why things didn't end up working out for us is really because, like, it was really draining as a person to, like, juggle with, like, sleeping over at your boyfriend's house every day and, like, having to pack a bag every day, and then, like, having to wake up early, and instead of being at the comfort of your own home and starting your day, like, driving 30 minutes in traffic back, you know. And it's like, it was just, like, not good for my mental health. Like, I would get home and I would just be exhausted from just that little drive, and it would ruin my entire day, and I would just not be productive within myself, you know. So I feel like that's the only thing that my relationship ever like got in the middle of, is more of, like, my relationship with myself as in, like, an individual, you know?
Yeah, I feel like you liked your energy more than you did your ex-boyfriends. So, like, you liked your house
Oh my
being at
God,
your house?
totally. I mean, that's a known thing because my ex-boyfriend is a fucking workaholic and his whole apartment has always just been a fucking warehouse of work. So like he didn't like have a couch, nothing. Like it was literally just like his work. And I respect that because at the end of the day, he is a really hard worker person and he has taught me a lot about hard work. So it is what it is. But I just like really couldn't do the whole like back and forth all the time. Like it was just draining. It was really draining.
You guys live far from each other?
Well, he used to live in Hallandale, and I live up in Plantation, so that's like a good 30 minutes, no matter what. So 40 with traffic.
You guys didn't have like plans like moving in together? Because I thought you guys lived together.
No, no. I for a while I was really like pushing for it, like I really wanted us to live together. But he was just always the kind of person that he's just like, no, like I just want to have my own space, like da da da. And I respect that, But it's like. It gets to the point where like, okay, well, if that's what you want, then you need to, it comes with the consequences. Like, it is what it is. I'm not like, it wasn't healthy for me. So I just needed to like, exit myself out of that, And at the end of the day, I do think it's better this way. Like, I think he has done a lot of growing and I think his life is better without me in it currently. And I think my life is also better without him currently, So maybe if in the future it's meant to be and we come back together, then like, I would want nothing else, or nothing more than that. But I'm not waiting on that and I'm not looking for anything else in the meantime,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. So I want to do a little, I guess, activity with you.
Okay.
So we're going to go through the perfect day for you. Like, tell me from the beginning, like when you wake up, even maybe a dream that you might have. I don't know.
Like my perfect day.
Yeah, like say everything that would happen in your perfect day. Like if it already happened, like just tell me like it happened already.
Okay, so my perfect day starts with waking up at like 8 a.m., coming downstairs, making myself a coffee, feeding my cats, going upstairs, making my bed, brushing my teeth after I drink my coffee.
You can also say like anything crazy that happened. Like make it as crazy as you can.
Okay, I mean,
I'm
gonna just be real with my day. If it's not crazy, it's not crazy.
Nah, because you're making it a little regular. I'm like, nah.
No,
Like,
but
say that,
wait,
no.
it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, okay.
Do stretching. I love to stretch in the mornings and then journal, meditate, go to the gym, and then come back here. Either go to the gym or go to dance lessons. That's like my dream right now. I want to start dance lessons. So essentially go to dance practice, come back, do my lessons for piano, do my vocal warm-ups, then go to the studio. That would be my ideal day. It's not super crazy, but it's my ideal. That's not what I live currently. So that's what I'm striving for. I'm striving for that.
My ideal day, whenever I say it, is like, I looked on the floor and it was like $5,000 on the floor.
I'm dead. I mean, that's not an ideal day. That's like, you wish to happen.
Yeah, like that's what I meant.
I mean, I don't really wish anything to happen other than what I have already.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, other than the fact that I just can't wait for the point in my life where I don't have to work outside of music to be able to do music. That's like the only thing that I'm wishing for, really. Like.
So, you plan on playing instruments in the future, like for your music?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go to production school. That's something that like it's my goal. I would like to make it happen this year, but if not, it's definitely in 2024. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. I really want to go in production school. I want to learn how to produce, record myself, all of that. I think that's really important knowledge for any artist to know. And, I just need to know. But I'm also learning piano.
What are you using to learn piano?
Honestly, YouTube.
For real?
Yeah, YouTube, and I just be sitting right there with my piano. I learned a couple keys yesterday. I'm pretty proud.
What song was it? Mary Lou Had a Little?
No, it's not a song. It's just chords.
You ever heard of Musician?
No, what is that?
This interview is sponsored by Musician.
I don't know what that is. What is it?
Have you ever played Guitar Hero?
No.
Where you like have the guitar and you just like play to the song. So a musician is basically I use Musician to play piano, and you learn so quick.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll check it out for sure.
I could play like Beethoven in like 6 months.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
I got it's super effective. You should definitely check it out.
I like piano because I want to use it to be able to write music. I think I want to be able to write actual music. Like I'm really good at writing melodies. I'm good at writing lyrics, but I want to actually write like compose like music.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
You could be like the dark Caluchis.
I am dead. Yo, that's funny. I was just watching her interview, the big boy interview.
The one that just came out?
Yeah. Yeah. I love her, man. I really do. I really do. I don't agree with her in a couple things, but I do love her.
Speak on it.
She is.
What do you not agree on Khaled? She's perfect, isn't she?
I mean, she is. I mean, she's perfect to like, you know, the people that think she's perfect. I think she's perfect too. But I mean, I enjoy drinking. That's really like the only thing that I don't like, you know, like it doesn't like we don't resonate in that. But that's all. Like I'm not a big party girl. But I mean, if you give me a shot of tequila, like I'm a drink a shot of tequila. Like I love tequila. I love, you know,
tequila.
Drinking. Yeah.
What was it? I forgot what it was. It was like tequila.
Tequila.
What was it that you had? I forgot what it was.
That was like my nickname when I was like 15.
Tequila.
And now it's like Keella Garre. I'm like a tea.
Because I remember no, it was something else though. It was like something tequila. I forgot what it was.
I don't know.
Maybe it's your album.
No, definitely not.
You Keella. Tequila.
Tequila.
Tequila Mockingbird.
Yeah, maybe I should come out with that tequila brand. 818, watch out.
Oh yeah, definitely. What's your favorite Calucci song and Don Toliver song?
Oh, I wish I had my phone. Okay, Don Toliver.
You don't know about memory?
No, I'm bad with names. But no, Don Toliver, I like from his new album. I really like the one that's, is it Don't Stop or something? I wish I had my phone. But Caliucci's definitely, I Wish You Roses. That song is healing.
Is that new?
Yeah, it's from her new album. That song is literally healing. Like, actually, like, if you're going through something, get yourself a good pair of headphones or get in your car and blast it and just, like, close your eyes and just let the music heal you because that song is literally healing.
You know, the last time I took LSD, I was listening to Caliucci's. And
good choice.
Yeah, it was crazy because, you know, I don't know if you ever done it, like psychedelics.
I've done shrooms.
It's
Mushrooms?
It's pretty similar. And I was recording on my Instagram, you know, and I was recording myself drawing. And I saw this insecure, like I was listening to her and I was seeing all my insecurities, like what people were thinking, like, you know, because it was like 3:00 in the daytime on a Tuesday, and it's like I'm thinking like, oh, people would think like, oh, he should be at work, he should be like doing this or doing that.
You were on live?
I was just making on my story.
Oh, okay.
But you know, and like while, you know, I was like feeling bad about, like I was just thinking about all my insecurities, like while I was listening to the song.
Right.
And it's so crazy because it's like listening to her kind of took those insecurities out of me and replaced it with like her confidence, you know, like the things that she was saying.
Her music is healing. Like her voice is healing. Like she's such an incredible artist. She's so talented. Like she writes all of her music herself. She writes all of her melodies herself. She is a co-producer in every single one of her songs. She directs all of her music videos. Like she is so incredibly talented, and she's such an inspiration. Like me personally, I am not even 10% as talented as she is.
That's not true.
I mean, I'm talented in a lot of ways, but I mean, I'm really looking forward to be able to like fully write on my own. Like I still don't write on my own fully because of my like I speak 3 languages and English is my last. So it's difficult for me with like when it comes to grammar or like, you know, when it comes to like saying, like wanting to say something and say it in like a slick, catchy way, you know, like things like that I struggle. So I do like co-write and like I have writers and stuff. Well, I have a writer. He's the best. His name is Suave. So go follow him because he's lit. But I'm looking forward to be able to like really do music all on my own, like to be able to produce, write everything on my own.
I was gonna say, you know, like Caliucci is older than you, so it's like, you know, she, like when I'm comparing like you to her level, like is there any reason why you wouldn't be where she's at?
I think I'll definitely be where she's at when I'm her age. She's what, 25?
She's been on for a while though.
Yeah, no, I mean she's worked very hard to get to where she's gone. So I'm not even surprised. I feel like it feels good in a sense because I have realized over the past couple of years that I do have a lot of time, you know, like I'm not super young, like I'm not in my teens, you know, I'm 22, I'm about to be 23 in a couple months. So To me, it feels like I'm getting old, but like in the music industry, like, you know, Rosalia blew up when she was 26. You know, Kali Uchis is older. Like all the big people, like all the people that are making noise right now are all above 25. So it's like, I know my time is coming. Like it just takes time to get there, you know?
How do you feel about XXXTentacion?
Oh, I love him.
Oh, for real?
I love him, yeah.
So he died at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So does that, as an artist, do you ever see yourself like thinking that you don't have as much time as you think you do?
No, because I make the right choices to make sure that I'll be here for a long time. You know, I've never done any other drug that's not weed or shrooms. You know, so I've never done any man-made drugs. I like alcohol, but I'm not.
Alcohol is kind of man.
Yeah, but I'm not an alcoholic. You know, like I go months without drinking. I just like drinking. Like I like going out to drink. You know, but I just like I don't do it as much. I'm pretty good on that kind of self-control. You know.
You seem the type of person to be like, oh, I don't need anything to be lit. Because you're already lit.
Honestly, sadly, yeah, I don't need anything to be lit. But the only thing that I'm addicted to is nicotine. And I hate that. But I'm from Spain. And we literally come out the pussy with a cigarette in our hand. Like, it's like hand in hand, you know? Like, we be smoking. So, yeah, that's like the one thing that I'm like really trying to like quit. But it's just been like an ongoing battle. But other than that, yeah, no, I'm a pretty chill person. I really know my worth. I really know my plan. Like, I really believe, and that's the thing too, it's like you have to believe in yourself, and it's gotten to the point where I literally believe in myself so much that nothing can shake my vision from that.
So Keilla, what does it mean to believe in yourself?
It means to believe in your purpose, and in like when people say like I believe in myself, like I don't just believe that I'm a good artist, like I'm gonna, you know, blow up. Like to me it's not really that. It's more of like I believe that I have a higher purpose and a higher power and like a higher meaning in my life to like change the world in so many different ways, you know? Like for me, music is like a step to take, not the end of the way. You know, I love business. I'm very business oriented. I'm very business savvy. And, you know, for me, my music is like a step to like be able to do all the greatness that I want to do in this earth, you know, like it's like to be able to get the funding and the influence that I need to actually make an impact, you know, like that's my higher purpose. And like what I genuinely want to do with my life is to help, you know, like build women's shelters, like help with homelessness, like help with addiction, like those are like the things that like I strive to do as my projects after music. So like the way that I see my life is very like my younger years and my teenage years were really just like a struggle, and then like my 20s are going to be for my music, and then my 30s and 40s are going to be for the world. Like that's my main thing. So for me it's like I believe in myself further than just my music, you know. I believe that my music is going to be what takes me to a point where I can actually be influential for the world and like help it, you know, but it's not like the last thing that I'm going to do, you know? Yeah. So that's what like I feel like believing in yourself means, is understanding what you believe in, you know? Because a lot of people can just be like, oh, like I'm the best, like I believe in myself, like I'm so, yeah, but like what is it exactly that you believe in, you know? So defining that for me, it's like how you start believing in yourself is like knowing.
I'm going to say these two things and I'm going to ask you a question, all right?
Okay.
So I asked about believing in yourself because a lot of times it's a lot easier to help someone else. Like for me, I can see ways I can help you, and I love supporting you, and I love like being able.
You do, and you're so amazing. Like that, I've really been trying. Like I wanted to make sure that I said it in this interview because like, excuse me, it's so difficult to like meet people that like genuinely fuck with you, and you've always literally been so supportive. Like since the moment I met you, every post or everything that I do, like you're always there to like boost the algorithm for me and like really help me, and like that really does mean a lot to me, like genuinely, because I literally have known people for years, talk to them all the time, I've helped them in so many ways, and they don't even show like 10% of the love that you show, and you literally met me once. Yeah. So I'm forever grateful for that. Like I love you for that, for real. Like I really appreciate that.
Because I do see the potential in you, you know, like just like the reason why like Myron like kicked you off, you know, it's for a reason, right? Because I recognize talent. Like I should be an A&R, to be honest.
You should.
But yeah, like I was saying, I do try to support you as much as I can, you know. and I see ways like when I told you earlier, like, oh, I'm thinking like so many ideas while I'm here. I feel like you do, obviously, like I wouldn't have that energy if it wasn't for you giving it off, so I can't take all the credit for it, but like since it's there, I'm not gonna just like waste it,
Right. Totally.
yeah. And I do try it, like honestly, like anytime that I like do like the comments and stuff, it's because I have energy for it. Like a lot of times if I don't, I feel bad.
Oh, I'm dead.
Because I'm just like tired. I'm like, oh,
No,
I'll
but
give it
you
energy
always
tomorrow
come
morning.
through. Like you always come through, whether it's like it's not every post, but every time that it's something like important, I feel like you've always been there to support and like boost the comments and stuff, and like I really appreciate that because I genuinely like. I was really surprised with Test Me. I really thought like it did really good and everything, like it did what it needed to do. But I am really surprised that a lot of people that like were always like, oh, like I'm gonna support you, like da da da, and they didn't even like comment or share, and like I was finding myself in a place where like I felt annoying because I kept like reaching out to people to like hey, repost this da 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 da, and like a lot of people did, but then a lot of people just left me on red, and I'm like,
no, I never want you to feel I never want you to feel like annoyed that or like you're bothered. Like it's never bothered. Like I love it. Like it's like Keella telling you mentioned like, oh, she wants me to post something. She's like,
no,
can
literally.
you? But I'm like, all right. I like
But you
doing
know
it.
how to do it though, because I asked other people, I was like, blow up the comments, and they just didn't know.
Oh yeah,
how
there's
to
just
do
like
it.
one comment, right?
Yeah, and like it takes emojis, bro. Just
I know, right? Isn't that crazy that you gotta do that though?
yeah, but I mean, it is what it is, honestly.
I was saying though, because yeah, it's a lot easier to help others, but for when it comes to like myself, right? Like how I told you last time on the interview, I just brought my iPad because I was being lazy. Now I come with the better setup,
Right.
so it's like now it's not me just like, okay, I'll let other people do it for me. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna step up myself because it's so
So that you can help other people better, and that's
eventually.
like that's something that I had to learn too this past years also, because I'm a person that I extend myself and like I extend my connections a lot to people, and it's something that I've also had to like figure out in the way of like you have to help yourself before you can help others. And for me it was always like, I don't give a fuck about me, like I'm just gonna help whoever I can because that's just like genuinely who I am. And lately I've been like, okay, girl, you gotta step it back. You have to help yourself before you're able to help others, because if not, sometimes it ends up like hurting you. Like it ends up not being as good for you. So yeah.
The thing I was gonna say is I was gonna tell you a story.
Okay.
The other day I was walking in Brickell and it was like nighttime and I see all these homeless people and I see them like sleeping on the floor, and there's like a whole like I guess like town of like homeless people. And there was like, I, like since I'm very keen on energy, I try not to get too close to
Right.
like certain people's energy because, they bring you down and stuff. And, I was like, I'll admit, like it's not that I was scared. It's just like, I was scared for myself,
Right.
So
No,
like,
I mean, it's always a huge check in with reality when you
yeah,
see a lot of homeless people, because I mean,
it's so
with a
easy.
snap of a finger, it could be you,
Exactly.
like the world is really ruthless. So, I mean, I used to be homeless. Like I've been homeless before multiple times, sadly. So, that's why I'm so like attached to it. And like, I really want to help in that sense, because I know how it feels to not have a home. And like, I know how it feels to have to live essentially on the
You're
streets.
so far away from that now.
Oh my God, I know. I'm so blessed. I honestly say it every day. Like you can ask my roommate, like she thinks I'm so annoying because every day I walk down here and I'm like, we're so blessed. Like we really are.
It's so hard. I don't know how hard is it for you to feel that way.
Honestly, it's not hard at all. I feel like that every day. Like every day, like for example, my first car was the car that I have now, an Audi Q5. And that was my dream car for a long time. And I've had my car now for 2 years. And I cannot tell you, like, every single time I get in my car, I'm like, this is my car. Like, literally every time. Like, I love my car. And I'm just so grateful that I have it. And, like, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, when I get my millions, then I'm going to get that, Urus. But I'm still going to have my Audi. Like, I love it,
You feel kind of bad because you're like, you think of cars that you want in the future, but you're like, oh, I have to be grateful for this car that I have now.
Not even because like I really do love my car, man. Like I really do. And same with this house. Like, you know, when we moved, we really wanted to make sure that we moved somewhere that we really did love. And like we found this house and we were obsessed with it since the first moment. And we have worked, me and my roommate, we both have worked really hard into making it like our really beautiful house. Like upstairs we have like a beauty room, you know, where we get ready and like it's filled with clothes, and then we have the studio and the photo studio, and like we really worked really hard to make this house what it is. And like that's why every morning when I come down here I just feel so blessed every day. And that's the point, you know, like at the end of the day you want to live somewhere where you feel like that. So yeah, it's definitely not hard to feel blessed. I'm just always like,
you know, it's funny because well, on my way here, I did notice that there's a lot of construction, right? And it's so funny that you say that, because now it's kind of like, it's not like I could see your soul, but I feel your energy. And it's like your place right now is reflecting that, because it's like this place is so nice and the energy is so like vibrant and amazing. But it's like outside is like under construction, and I see that's how your career is right now. It's like,
oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy like mirror moment. Yeah, totally. Yeah, literally. Outside is all constructed, inside is all beautiful. Like, it's ready. It's ready to come out.
Yeah, not because it's construction is good, because like even like right there, there's construction.
Yeah. No, honestly, we got lucky because I was actually thinking about that this morning. But there's like a lot of construction on that side of the community. But on this side, there's none. So I can't hear it. It doesn't bother me. But I always think about the houses that are right in front of it.
It's the worst.
I would have to move out. I hate that.
Yeah, you're lucky you have cats too. No dogs like barking to wake you up.
Bro, but honestly, my cats are still crazy. Like they still be waking me up. They still be doing, like, you see them right now chilling, sleeping. But then at night, that's when they really turn up.
But what I was saying before, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I just didn't want us to like leave so far away from the other topic.
No, yeah, you're good.
So we were saying how like it's so easy to become homeless. You know, and that was what was scaring me. It's like, you know, like you said that you don't believe in heaven or hell, but it's like kind of heaven and hell is like kind of on earth in a sense, where it's like those, what I was observing from those homeless people is that they're there sleeping, and it's like they're comfortable, you know, in that bad situation.
I don't think that, I feel like, okay, you can't judge, you can't say.
I'm sorry, because I know what you're gonna say, but like, because I got to get there first,
right,
real quick,
right.
And then I'll just hold that thought.
Right.
So, you know, I see them sleeping and they're comfortable. This is what I perceive. So, you know, and then I saw one crazy lady walking, and she was like, she had detergent. She's like, I can wash a lot of clothes with this. So I'm like, you don't got no clothes. Not to like make fun of her, but like, you know, this is a thought that came to my head. So, you know, I'm walking and thinking about these people's situations, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm about to get to my car, and then I see this one guy. It's not like I saw him. It's kind of like I felt like I saw a light, right? It's like if I saw this, but a little dimmer.
Yeah.
It's like it was like a rock with like a little crack of light in it. And I looked, it was a homeless guy, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was like, he was different from like the other homeless guys, the homeless people. He's not on the floor sleeping, like blending into the environment. He's just there, and he was like kind of scared, and he's like just chilling. And then I was like, okay, he doesn't want to be there. So, you know, I was gonna just go in my car, and then something told me, you know, give him some money. So I took out like a $5 bill, and then I was like, yo, are you homeless? Normally, I don't even talk to homeless people. But I said, are you homeless? And he said, yeah. And I was like, oh, here you go. And I gave him $5, right? And then he opened his hand, and I saw he had a whole bunch of money in his hand, like a whole bunch of ones and stuff. And and it was so weird, because it's like that money he had kind of attracted
more. Exactly. Right.
And yeah, and you know, normally I don't like to be around. Like, I'll give homeless people like money and food and stuff, but then I'll like leave.
Right.
But and he was cool. Like I even like fist bumped, and I said, "Oh, stay up, man." Like I should have asked his name. I feel bad that I didn't, but I was like, "Stay up, man." He's like, "Oh, I'm black, man. I have to."
Period.
And he still had that like that fight in him, you know.
Right.
So I was like, "Damn, I want to show him that like there's people out here that can like
help." Yeah, totally.
So I'm gonna let you go to what you were about to say to me. But also, I said this because you said you want to help homeless people. So I want to know what you're planning on doing to help homeless people. I forgot what you were going to say.
No, it's fine. Well, obviously, I won't really have a plan until I get to the point where I'm actually able to execute, right? But I mean, I've always thought about it, and I feel like there just could be such better housing system for homeless people, and there could also be such a better system for like, you know, people that do drugs. I think that America is a very pay to play kind of place, you know, and like obviously, like, you know, we pay for health insurance, we pay for all of these things. And I think that because it's not okay, so the way that I see it, it's like when I am able to help like homeless people in different cities of the world and stuff, like it's not going to be a business, you know, it's not going to be something that I profit off of, you know. It's definitely going to be a nonprofit because you can't profit off of things. You can't profit off of helping, you know, like that's the way that I see it. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people look for ways to like better the world, but that they still try to see it as a business. And that's why it's taken so long, or it still hasn't happened, where like, you know, there could be a lot more done for homeless people because it's not a profitable market, you know. But my idea would probably be to build or buy a bunch of buildings in cities and the main cities where there's a lot of like homelessness issues. Like I, for example, Los Angeles needs it bad, you know. New York needs it bad. I feel like Miami also needs it. It's not too bad, but like definitely Miami. I feel like essentially depending on how, you know, successful I'm able to get in this life, like I would like to make it like a worldwide thing where like every city has it, but like just buying different buildings, setting up in programs, figuring out what buildings I can put people that are genuinely homeless and have no other issue other than like not being able to afford their living situation, you know, and being able to like put them in programs where like, you know, you get a house, you get an apartment, you get your life together, and then we search for a job, you know, just like an overall program so that like, you know, homelessness shouldn't really be a thing because like as human beings, we all deserve to at least have the common, you know, like basic needs, you know. So I would just like to provide that, and then also build like different like buildings and stuff for people that are homeless because of their addiction, you know, and being able to put them in programs where they can get help, etc.
So that's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
The only thing I think about when it comes to that is like, do you feel like men should deserve that, like a free house?
Yeah, I think anyone that's a human being, I don't think your gender really plays a part in what you deserve or not. I think that there's this really big stigma with like men need to be da 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 da. And yeah, we don't want no pussy boys, but like at the end of the day, like, you know, you're still a human being, and you know, there's equal chances for a woman and a man to become both homeless. So it's like regardless of that, like you still deserve it.
I saw a post the other day that said this homeless man said to the girl, I'll get a job for you.
That's the difference though. Like when there's the homeless people that are just lazy, then that's different, you know?
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask you, because there's like different tiers of homelessness, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I feel like we can have our own podcast.
We could, honestly. Yeah. We really could. Yeah,
because this is like past the like whole like, you know, regular stuff we talk about.
For sure.
Like when it comes to homeless people, you know, there are people that, you know, they just miss a payment. Yeah, they're homeless technically because they got kicked out, but they're not like those people that I saw that were like sleeping on the street. Right. Like you know, when you're in like a situation, like I watched this documentary, I think it was on Vice, and it said like there was this homeless guy, and he's like, oh, I just, you know, he came up on shoes and someone stole them. He came up on food, someone took it. He like so many bad things kept happening to him over and over again. And he's like, it's like crawling out of a pit, but every time you get to the top, someone steps on your hand and you got to do it again.
Right.
So the thing is like, when it comes, do you believe in voodoo?
I guess I do because it has to do with energy. But yeah.
Or brujeria?
Yeah, I definitely believe in brujeria.
So do you feel like there's like forces that are like, you know, like people, like sometimes people, they go through bad things and you're like, why is this happening to me?
And it's because someone else did it too. But yeah, I believe in that for sure.
Because I saw a TikTok that this guy, he was swimming. I know you had something else. I was gonna say it. Okay.
No, I don't have anything.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say something. He was like swimming, and then he found this jar and had a whole bunch of like papers in it, and they had like there were knives and they were wrapped around with papers.
Oh, you're not supposed to open that.
Oh, for real? Oh, you know about that?
Yeah, no. Don't ever touch anything that's like suspiciously there. You know, like don't ever open anything that's not your business. Like for example, if you ever see like anything in a corner, like in any corner, you know, in any corner, if you ever see a jar or like a bracelet or like a doll or like literally absolutely anything that would catch your eye, do not touch it. Just don't touch it. You know, don't touch it.
Well, the papers had like writing and stuff all over it, and all the and he opened it and like, he let the papers like dissolve in the water, but all the comments were like, "Oh, you just saved a poor soul's life," because they like put some curse on them.
Maybe you did, or maybe you just opened it and got it yourself.
Do you believe in like the like Egypt and all that?
Yeah.
Like obviously the country is there.
Yeah, the country is definitely real. I believe in it.
I meant like the King Tut curse and all that stuff, like the pharaohs.
I don't really know much about it, but I do believe in their history. Yeah.
They said like when all the people that they are expediting the King Tut tomb, they opened it and then, you know, like they took all the stuff.
Yeah, I believe you're not supposed to do none of that. Like, I believe you're supposed to leave that shit closed and respect. And that's the thing that like our society doesn't have, is a lot of respect, you know? Like we just be opening up shit like it's ours, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But all those people died and there was like a curse on the family. Like they all died of like electrocution.
Yeah, right. I heard about that.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah.
I'm like, you should have stuck to yourself. I don't know.
I mean, everyone's as spiritually inclined as you, Keella. No, everyone's on the same spiritual level as you.
I mean, listen, I just know to mind my own business. Like, honestly.
All right, so do you believe like you got to say what you wanted to say, right?
I forget.
Yeah, I did.
I talk a lot, so it's okay.
That's all right. That's what you need for a podcast.
Honestly.
Do you feel like there's certain things that you can do to like manifest success, like selling your soul wise or like doing like curses or spells or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, have you seen the Yeet?
Yeet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how he has that tattoo. You fuck with him?
I fuck with him, I guess. I don't know. I fuck with his girlfriend, yo. She's a baddie. And he treats her right. Let me tell you, he be icing her out.
I feel like Yeet is like the Cali cheese for niggas.
Is it? I don't know.
Guys love Yeet.
I don't know. I mean, I think his shit's fire, I guess. He has some good songs.
He has a tattoo on him that he has like. He said that tattoo caused him to his success and his money and stuff. You haven't seen that?
Where we getting them? Where we go?
What you're? We were supposed to do a tattoo, remember? You never hit me up for a tattoo. I was a little salty.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was a little salty about that.
Wait, we should honestly. Wait. We should like do it and do a live stream or some shit.
That's what I was trying to do. I was gonna like an ink review.
Bro, we should. That would go crazy.
We could have done that for this one, but next one.
I'm down. Honestly, I've been dying to do a doll on my arm, and then like my grandparents died recently, so
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it sucks, but they died of old age.
They were in Spain?
Yeah. So I want to do their names like in cursive and both together, kind of like an arm bracelet.
Yeah.
So I really want to do that, and then I know I want to do a doll somewhere, like a sexy doll.
Above your grandparents' name?
Above
your grandparents' name?
Yep. We all in this.
Did your grandparents have like those like creepy dolls in their houses and stuff?
Oh my god, yeah. Actually, my grandma was obsessed with dolls. So
really?
Yeah.
Did you ever like sleep over and you got scared because they were like staring at you?
I used to live with them, so yeah, they were crazy.
No, my grandma had some dolls. They were like just little, like they did like little pink dresses and stuff.
Oh yeah.
They weren't like that, like Chucky or nothing.
No, literally. But you were saying,
I was gonna ask what was like something that you were scared of, like when you were young. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you about the Yeet thing that you were talking about.
About Yeet?
Yeah, the tattoo.
Oh yeah. We got so like far. Basically he's all right. As a tattoo artist, you know, I do a lot of research on tattoos and I'm also very spiritual. So it's like I learned recently that, or like semi recently that tattoos, when you get something tattooed on you, it's like you're taking that energy and you're imprinting on you. Mm-hmm. I wish I had known that better because I have a bunch of demons on me.
I'm dead.
Like this is like a big demon.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Do you feel like that about any of your tattoos?
No. I mean, I started getting tattoos when I was really young. I don't regret any of my tattoos. Surprisingly, maybe this eye I don't really like so much. But other than that, I love my tattoos. I think they tell a good story. This is like my good arm, you know. So I'm gonna put like all my cute stuff on this arm, and then
your butterflies.
And then I'm gonna do all
this
my
your bad bitch. Your bad bitch arm.
This is my bad bitch arm, and then this is like my good girl arm. I don't know if I'm gonna do any like body tattoos, as in like my legs or stomach and stuff. But I mean, like I feel like I have this part really covered right now. I want to add on to this, and then I want to do my arms.
Well, what's like if you could get like a big piece, what would it be? Or you just like only like
I like small pieces altogether, but I think my bigger piece is the doll. Like I want it to be like pretty big, you know? Yeah. But what you were saying about like manifesting and like, you know, like doing things like that. I personally like I believe you could probably do it, but like I don't know anything about casting spells, you know, so I don't be doing none of that. But I think you can just manifest really well if you just act like you already have it, you know? Like your success, you are who you were meant to be.
Because I read a lot of like esoteric books, and I learn a lot of stuff, you know, and I do interviews. So it's like I've seen, you know, stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, actually you saying that, it's kind of funny because I did an interview, you know, Smoke Perp, right? Mm-hmm. When I interviewed Smoke Perp, he said something that stuck with me, that when he was younger, he told me that his uncle would always watch rap music videos, and he just like would like be chilling in the basement with his uncle and just like watching music videos all day. And he Smoker told me that he felt like that's how life was supposed to be. So, and when he said that, it made me realize what he thought was
right. That's how you manifest that.
Yeah.
If that's what you believe life's supposed to be, then that's what your life will be.
What moment have you had like that where you see like, basically I want to ask like, you see this and you're like, okay, that's my life. That's what my life is supposed to be.
Oh my God, every day, like especially on social media.
You watch the Kardashians?
Yes. The Kardashians are a huge inspiration. I mean, they be living the life. And I mean, I know they're like in the hot seat right now. A lot of people are like on their ass, but I still think they're lit. Honestly, I don't really have like hatred in my heart for anything or anyone. Like I really don't care to not like something or someone. But yeah, they're a huge inspiration. But I mean, I feel like mainly right now, Ice Spice is a huge inspiration. I'm like,
really?
That girl literally blew the fuck up out of nowhere and like is doing so good. And every time I see something like that happen, I'm always like, yeah, I'm next. Like, that's gonna be me.
I mean, they always say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, everything takes work. I mean, she's also been like in the music industry for a minute and like doing her thing and like investing in herself. So
what are your angel numbers?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't say I have any angel numbers specifically. Like I see a lot of angel numbers and I feel like every time I see one it means something different. But I would say my favorite number is 4. Like that's my favorite number 4. I like even numbers.
Cuz right now it's 555.
Is it?
Yeah. That's why I asked that.
So I like oh wow, so we've literally been doing this for an hour now. That's good.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you like how long do you want to go, cuz I don't know if you want to.
I have to be at the airport at 7 to pick up my roommate.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm chilling.
Because I do have I have another interview at like 8. So
okay. But I mean, you might want to go then at a good time because traffic gets back.
Well, I have to go north. I got a baby.
Okay, good. Okay, that's not bad then. Yeah. But.
So whenever you feel like, you know, you get to stop the table like, all right.
Okay, I'm like, I'm done now. Shut up.
enough Keella and Nick for today.
Nah, this is fun. I mean, I like doing shit like this, honestly. And like any time that you feel
it makes you feel like a celebrity.
No, it's not even that.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not even about that. It's just more of like I like sharing information. I like talking, you know. And I was gonna say like if you ever like need a space and want to host it, like you can come here and film here. Like my roommate is coming back and we could all do a podcast together. Or
yeah, I would because honestly I live far, so
it's a drive, but it's worth it. Yeah.
I feel like you and your ex like.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
No, because I be looking for spaces. Because that's the thing. It's like I live so far south, like by Homesteadish. So it's like everyone that ever comes to Miami, where they go, like Brickell,
Right.
Fort Lauderdale,
Always.
downtown.
Always.
So, I gotta find somewhere that's like close to me, but also like close to where everyone else goes.
Right. Yeah. I don't really give a fuck about anybody else.
What is?
I'm like, fuck it. I literally moved so far. I was like, fuck all of you guys down there. Y'all can struggle. I'm gonna be up here.
You come to Miami a lot though?
I mean, when I need to. Not really, honestly. The studio that I work out of is literally in Hialeah. So it's like so far from here. But there's a highway that connects us. So it's really not that hard to get there. And
as long as you don't go at this time.
Exactly. That's also another thing. Like, I'm really good at like understanding what times I'm leaving the house, what times I'm not. Yeah. I'm not leaving the house at 2 p.m. I'm not leaving the house at 6.
Yeah, I appreciate you telling me like what time to come.
Yeah.
So that I can avoid the traffic.
No, that's literally it. Like, if anyone is ever coming to hang out, I always tell them 12. I'm like, if you get here by 12, you will literally have the most smooth ever.
Yeah, Miami traffic is worse.
Yeah, it's so bad.
But I was gonna ask you, Keella, what is something that you want to learn? Like, what topics are you interested in learning?
Oh, I like that question. I want to learn a lot. Like I said, I want to learn production. I want to learn better writing. I'm also in the process of learning how to play piano. I would like to learn how to be better at my finances.
Okay.
Like, I spend a lot of money. So I feel like life is all about learning, really. And for a long time, I was really like against learning. And like, I was like, like I know it all.
You're like, I imagine the test me. Like,
Not literally test me. Like that is.
Oh, that's so
me.
funny. Test me, but it's like you hate learning.
Literally. So yeah, there's a lot I want to learn. But I mean, test me though, like, Test Me is literally, like, it's funny because we haven't even talked about it, but like, Test Me is a song that I made because I was so over it. Like, I was so over it. I was like going to the studio, spending all this money into making music, and like, I'd never really truly felt like I liked the music that I was making because everybody was pushing me so much to do pop. And like, I have a voice, like, I know how to sing, like, pop could be a really good option, and I'm not saying that I'm taking it off the plate forever. But I've always felt like, personally, like, my personality and my vibe has always been more rapper vibe, like on Instagram and shit. Like, I'm not really like a Dua Lipa, like, I'm more of like, I don't know, like a Doja Cat, Coi Leray, like, kind of style. Like, that's really my vibe. Like,
would you ever go bald?
No, but I would never go bald. I love hair. But
is that a wig?
No, everybody thinks my hair's a wig.
No, because on Fresh and Fair you said you were wearing a wig, and they were hating on you for it. They were making fun of you for it.
Was I wearing a wig?
You said I watched it recently, so I remember.
Was it blue?
No, it was like that. It was like black. No, yeah.
I don't know. I did have wigs back then, but no,
it's
my real hair.
It's so funny how bright you shine because it's like I recognize you out of like I was like, oh, that's Keella.
Oh, thank you.
Because I'm used to your green hair, so you could have been like literally anyone, but something just. Like,
if it was green, yeah, there was a wig.
I think you were wearing green. I think it was black.
Oh, I don't know then.
Because all the chat was like, oh, the girl in the wig.
Oh yeah, so it was definitely a wig then. But anyway, what I was saying is like, I have that personality, right? And when I made, like, I'm not a rapper, I'm becoming one, I think, like, I think there's nothing you can't learn. And, I just had never really tried to rap. But like, I'll be freestyling now. I'll be, saying some bars, like, I'm coming. But yeah, I made Test Me because I was so over it. Like, everybody kept being like, haha, like, you're literally not hard enough, like, to be a rapper. Like, you're not hard enough to do anything other than pop. And like, that's where the whole concept of like, test me, see if I'm hard comes from. Because it's like, people were always being like, yeah, like, you're not like that bitch. Like, you're not hard enough. Like, you're not going to be bouncing on beats, like, da 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 da. And then that's kind of where the whole like test me idea came out of. Because I was like, fuck it, like, test me. I am hard. Period. I know it's a funny, like, but I still feel like it's fire. And my music coming next, like after Test Me, is nothing like it, but it's still within like the trap vibe. And I'm really excited to share that because I feel like that's really going to be when people are like, oh shit, like I see what she's talking about. Like, she is hard,
So if so many people are like pushing you to do this style, do you feel like you can maintain it though? Because you can be tested on something, but to maintain that.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, my whole thing as an artist, when when I'm like, hey, I'm an artist, and they're like, what kind? You know, because everybody just loves to put you in a box. I'm an alternative artist. So that's what, you know, people are always like, what? Yeah, I'm an alternative artist. I can literally do any genre you could imagine. And when it comes to my artistry and when it comes to the music that I will be putting out, every song is most likely going to be a different genre unless I, you know, love a song that I make and I just want to release it and it's similar to another release that I've done, whatever, right? But I don't ever want to be a pop singer or an R&B singer or a hip hop star, like whatever. Like I'm an alternative artist, and every song that I come out with is gonna be kind of different. Like I'm gonna release pops, I'm gonna release R&Bs, I'm gonna release traps, I'm gonna release alternative hip hop, I'm gonna release like EDM, like whatever the fuck I want, really, you know.
You're so confident about your future. I love it.
Thank you.
I really hope that you don't lose that.
I don't think I will.
I don't even want to say that. Like, you're not gonna lose that.
Yeah, I don't think I will. I feel like I'm really blessed to not have gained fame at a young age, and I'm really blessed too that I have gone through a lot of hardship when I was really young, because at the end of the day, like everybody has to go through something, and like I'm really thankful that I went through it when I was really young, because that really does mean that now it's like the time for me to thrive. And like I feel like now, because I have been homeless, I have been broke, I have been abused in all these different ways, and I have gone through the craziest shit, like, you know, now that I've gone through all of that, that's literally what's going to keep me grounded for the rest of my life, you know? And like, I don't think I'll ever lose like my humbleness. I don't think I'll ever lose my stardom. I'll never lose my light, because like, I know how hard it's been to get to where I want to go. And once I get there, I'm not going to let anything like hinder that, you know?
Mm-hmm. You kind of made me forget what I was going to say. Dang, I really forgot what I was going to say.
I'm dead.
I feel like I was like meditating right now.
No, you're good.
All right, so I don't know why I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, we were talking about, yeah.
I got it. So, do you feel like you could be a podcaster?
A what?
A podcaster.
Yeah,
like what we're doing right
I definitely could, for sure. I've wanted to, like I've said, but like everybody has a podcast now, so I'm just like,
I mean, everyone is an artist too, though.
I know, but I mean, I just feel like I'm the type of person that like I really get excited about shit, and then like I put my head into too many projects and then I don't finish them. Mm-hmm. So that's a very Gemini trait. And I'm like, no, like I love podcasting, and whenever I do get the opportunity to like, you know, come on shows like yours, for example, like I always like to take it, because it's nice to like be able to speak and like share my thoughts, you know. But it's not something that I would do like personally. Like I wouldn't like start one myself.
But what if you become 10 times more famous, get more money than being an artist?
I mean, that's
like
not really like.
I feel like you'd be giving up.
No, I mean, not even. It's just more. That's not my goal. So like, I don't think I'll ever become more successful than music, because that's the only place where I'm putting my energy towards, you know? Mm. So like, I don't see myself being really successful at anything else other than music for right now, you know?
You don't feel like you could do both? Be a podcaster and make music?
I could, but I just don't really feel like I want to. Like, it's not something that I'm willing, like, you know, all the hours that I would take into like editing and building that show, like I would have to take away from music. So
what if I have you on like 100 episodes?
You can have me on as many times as you want. Like literally, I'm always open to that. Mm. For sure.
No, I feel like we can make a lot of content. Like a lot of good content.
Yeah, for sure. And especially when Kaya comes back, like she's really cool too. Like y'all should definitely like do something together. Like she's also a really talented artist. I mean, way more talented than me, goddamn. She's such an incredible writer. Like she's so young. She's amazing. So y'all should definitely talk some shit.
Do you ever need anything to make music though? Like, or is it just like straight up you?
No, I do. I definitely do. And I mean, I'm upfront about it too, because at the end of the day, there's no point in faking anything. No, I do. I definitely, whenever I'm in the studio, I need my writer and my producer, you know, always. I mean, my producer is my engineer, so like he does both, but like I definitely need them to make music.
I mean, you don't like drink before you make music?
No, I have in the past, but it honestly doesn't really work well with me. Drinking in the studio is never a good idea for me because I just be rambling and I just forget. And like I said, I like tequila a lot. So I'll just start, my tequila shit. Like I'll just be having fun. I won't be working. So I like to be sober. I don't even like to smoke before my studio sessions.
What does, all right, like I'm not going to say your actual name, but I feel like I learned it today.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But I learned that most people a lot of times they name themselves like they live their lives according to their names, right? They just got so different. I feel like I'm high.
Oh my god, true.
It was like a little pale.
It was dark and now the sun came out.
Yeah, it looks so different. Huh? People they name themselves a lot, like their artist names.
Yeah.
They'll create their artist names, but a lot of times people will live their lives based on their name, right? Like for me, my name is Nicholas, so it's like that means victory of the people. And I learned that that's why I'm such a giving person. Like how I support you. It's like I try to help, even with the interviews. Like I try to help put other people on.
Right.
And it's like Santa Claus.
Wow.
So I was just gonna ask you like, what does Keella mean, and for you to like, how do you live that life as Keella?
So. Okay, so my legal name is a very beautiful name.
I mean, if you don't want to say it, you don't.
No, I'm not going to say it, but I do love my legal name a lot. Like, it's not that I don't like it. It's very special to me, and I will never change it legally. Like, I want to stay that legally. But the reason why I changed my name to begin with, it's actually something that I used to do a lot when I was little, like even in Europe. Like, I changed my name multiple times. Like, Keella was like the 4th name, and that's really just the one that's stuck forever. But I went through a really traumatic childhood, and I feel like for the longest time I didn't really know why I changed my name. But then like as I got older, I like realized that like the reason why I changed my name when I was so young, because I changed my name when I was 15, I used to change it before that too, but like fully like Keella Garre, I changed it when I was 15. And the reason why I did that, I think it's because a lot of trauma that the version of me with my other name went through. And like I remember I changed it when I moved to America, and I kind of used that move here as like a fresh start, like a new persona, a new era, a new everything. And like this was before I even knew I was going to be an artist, like I didn't change my name because I was going to be an artist. I changed my name because I felt like I needed to be a new person, and Keella has healed me in so many ways, like incredibly so many, and I love that name. And it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like it's a made up name. Like I literally made it up fully. So it came from Keilla. And then I was like, Keilla is kind of basic. No hate towards the Keillas out there. But I was just like, Keilla is kind of basic for me personally. And then I grabbed like a bunch of letters from it and I started moving it around. And then I stumbled upon Keilla and I was like, I fuck with it. And at first it was Keilla with 1 L. And then I was like, no, I like it with 2 L's, 2 E's, 2 L's. It looks fuller. And I stuck with Keilla. But I wouldn't go back to being named by my other name, but I do want like my family to keep calling me my regular name, And
do they call you Keilla?
No, my mom calls me Keilla sometimes because it's honestly like she's the only parent that I've had like in my life since I changed my name. So like my whole family in Spain doesn't, but like my mom sometimes does, but I don't mind it. But then like my significant others and stuff like in the future will call me my legal name, But yeah, no, I mean, Keilla doesn't necessarily mean anything to me, but I am Keilla, Like that, who you see today is Keilla. It's not necessarily my other name,
I see. Like what?
I'm not really attached to my other name anymore, Like I'm not really, like I don't ever think about that name ever unless I'm like paying for something or, there's like a bill and like I read it and I'm like, oh shit, that's true. Like I always forget really that I like changed my name because Keilla is just me, Like I've talked to people about it and they're like, I just can't even look at you and not think Keilla. Like you just look like a Keilla, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
So, when it comes to like your actual name, do you know what it means?
My actual name.
Oh no, I remember what I was gonna say now. Before I was gonna say like your name, like Keella, to me it looks like a puzzle.
Does it?
Yeah, and I feel like it's like as you go on in your life, eventually it's gonna show itself what it like means.
Oh wow! I hope. Shit. I don't know what Delilah means though. I know it comes.
Oh, you said your name.
Oh, I did.
You forgot we're on the podcast.
I did. I don't mind. I feel like it's not public knowledge, but it is. But I just the only reason I would want
breaking it on 6 feet.
I'm like the only reason I would like people to not know my legal name is because, and I mean I'm just giving it away now, but
Yeah, I respect your price, so I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I mean it's just more because like if you Google my real name, then a lot of really cringy stuff pops up from when I was little. So I try to keep it hidden because of that.
Keella's name.
But I feel like it's gonna come out at one point, so I don't really care. It's not really that big of a deal. At the end of the day, I'm an open book. I don't regret my past. I've gone through a lot of fucked up shit, and it is what it is. And if anything, I just want to be here to be an inspiration for women that come from a similar background as mine. You know, so no regrets. Period.
But what? All right. So you already said your name. So what does it mean, and how do you personify that with your life? Like, how do you make that your mission?
I mean, I don't really know what it means. And I mean, for me personally, that name just means, you know, who I used to be and like the trauma that I went through. And that's kind of why I like separated myself from that, because I didn't want to be that anymore. And I didn't want that to define me. And I didn't want that weight to be carried onto my name, because I feel like your name is something really important, you know? So that's why I changed it. But I mean, I live my life as Keella. Like, this is who I am, literally. Like, I don't ever think about my other name other than when my family calls me it, and it doesn't feel really any different. And yeah, I don't know.
So, I was gonna ask like, you feel like, oh no, okay, you didn't have to say what.
What?
Now I was thinking how long we're going right now.
No, we can stop whenever. We can stop whenever you want.
I was just gonna ask if you miss your family, because I know.
Yes, I do miss my family a lot. I think because when I moved to America, I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to come back for 5 years. Like, I was really used to moving with my mom, moving with my dad, you know, living with my mom for 6 months, then with my dad, and then coming back, da-da-da-da. And then when I came to America, I kind of thought it was going to be like that, but my mom had already told me, like, hey, you're going to have to be here for a full year. Like, you can't leave for a full year. And I always thought it was just going to be 1 year. But then, like, it turned into 5. And then now it's been 7. But I've seen my family twice in the 7 years. But, like, I spent 5 years before without seeing them. I think it's part of my journey. It's part of my being. Like, it's part of my story. Like, I know that I was meant to sacrifice that time with my family. And sadly, like, not see my brothers grow up, you know, and then, like, you know, like, missing the time that I had with my grandparents. Like, I view all of that as a sacrifice for the greater being of not just myself, but my family and like the world, you know? Like, I know that if I would have stayed in Spain, I would have probably became a way different person than I am now. And like, I am 10 times more successful now than I would have ever been staying in Spain. And I'm only going to go more from here. So I miss them, but for as much as I miss them, I always just try to remind myself, like, it's a sacrifice, you know, and that one day we will all be together again, you know?
So what are your plans for them, like, when you make it big?
I mean, not even when I make it big. Like, I'm already kind of working on it, but like, I want my dad, my little brothers, and my stepmom, and then my cousin Evelyn to move here, and I would like to set them up in a house here, and then I would just like to be close to them. That's really my plan. Like, I try to help them as much as I can, which sometimes is not a lot, or like I wish it was more, but like, my goal in life is to literally take care of my family, like, fully, just, like, you know, set them up a bank account, like, send them the money, set them up in a nice house, and just have them live, you know?
What kind of life do they think you're living here in America?
I mean, the life that I do live, really. Like, they know everything about me. They know everything that I do. I showed them everything I have, you know? They're really proud of me because coming from my background and being the fucking crazy child that I wasn't really, like, expected to have a good life. Like, my parents always thought that I was just gonna, you know, like, get married young, have kids, whatever, like, not really do anything with my life. And I mean, they're just really proud that I've made it this far and that I have, you know, like, so much ahead of me as well. So they just encourage me. They don't really understand my lifestyle and like what I do exactly, but they just know, like they have the same feeling that I do, you know, of that, like I'm meant to be big and I'm meant to do great things. So they just try to support me as much as they can, and we're just working on getting them here, literally.
All right. Last time you were here, I asked you 5 things that you wanted to manifest. Right?
Oh, true. You did. I forget what I said.
I did too.
I think I said release songs, so we did that.
Oh, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. So last time I asked about manifestation. This time I'm gonna ask you about goals.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and give me a deadline, right?
Okay.
Well, I'll give you a deadline.
Okay, yeah, give me a deadline.
So today's Wednesday, March 15th.
Yes.
I'll give you 6 months.
6 months of
6
goals.
months.
Okay. How many goals?
5.
5.
So by, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
April, May, June, July, August, September.
So by September, okay.
5 things that you're gonna accomplish.
Okay, so 5 things that I'm going to accomplish by September are going to be, I'm going to release at least 5 more songs from here to September. At least 3 more music videos. You know, I'm going to perform at least once from here to September.
Let's make them like more concrete. Like 3 is fine in 6 months.
Through what?
Like 3 videos in 6 months.
I mean,
that's good.
You pay for it? you pay for it?
Well,
it's hard.
You're trying to do more.
No, I mean, I only did one.
You're saying that you want to do at least. That means that you want to
exactly.
probably like 10 or 6 or 16.
I mean, at least 3, because I know that you don't need a music video for each release. But I know for sure, like, my goal is to release at least 5 more songs. You know,
in like 6 months.
In 6 months, yeah. So 5 more songs in 6 months is what I really want.
No music videos.
Music videos probably 3, a little bit less, you know. But I mean, shit, if we can do it for every song, run it.
No, it's like the language, right? Because you're saying at least,
right?
But that means that like it's kind of ambiguous,
right?
So
like I could want more.
You want to be more. You want to be.
I mean, I would like to release.
Prove that you're hard, right?
I would like to release a music video with each release, you know. But I just know that sometimes it's just not beneficial to do that, you know, because you could spend those dollars on marketing, you know, instead of like getting a video for it. So,
but videos are fun.
Yeah, they're fun, but you know, sometimes in the business you have to figure out where you're putting your money into and where it's going to make the most impact. So I say at least because I would like to do more than 3 music videos, but if not, it's going to be at least 3.
Because the thing is, like, we could both take this as a learning experience, because when it comes to goals, it's like concrete.
Okay, concrete. Yeah. Okay, so
that was only the issue I was saying about.
Right. Yes. Okay, now I get it. Okay, so then my goals are.
If it's like 3, then it could just be 3.
Okay, yeah. So my goals are to release 6 songs, to release 3 music videos, to do 1 performance, and then my other goal in 6 months is to travel to Europe, because I plan on traveling to Europe like during the summer. That's really a goal of mine.
Where back to Spain?
No, I mean, if my family is still in Spain, then yeah, I'll go visit them. But I really want to go to Paris. I want to go to Amsterdam. I want to go to Berlin. I want to go to Greece. Like, I want to go to a lot of like cities in Europe. So that's kind of like my birthday month, or like my birthday is in June. So I'm trying to go out there for June. But that's.
I like how you're talking about Europe and then your like European accent is coming out.
Yeah, it always happens, honestly. But yeah, and then my last goal would probably be to be happy. Like, is to be happy, you know, for, you know, in 6 months, like just to stay being myself. I mean, shit. Well, that wouldn't be a goal. It would be more of a wish. But I just can't wait to get signed. Like, that's like my biggest goal.
Do you need to be?
I mean, everybody keeps telling me that I don't need to, but I want to, you know? Like, I understand what it is like to be signed. I have a lot of friends that are signed, and that's my goal, really. Like, I just want to be able to just focus on making music. Like,
well, all right, you can go.
No, that's it. I just want to focus on making music, that's all.
What's stopping you from being signed?
I would probably say my streaming numbers and just the fact that I don't have enough music out. I'd say that's the only thing that's stopping me from being signed, you know. I also just don't know where to go to get signed. Like, I'm still learning that side of the business. I'm still trying to network and like find people. Like, the other day I literally went and like DM'd like 50 A&Rs all around America, like just, you know, trying to get my name out there, because like that is my goal. I want to sign to a record label. I know a lot of people tell me no, But I either want to sign that or a distribution deal or, you know, just simply something where I am really able to just focus on making music and not have to focus on like making money to make music, you know? Yeah.
The last thing we'll talk about is the music videos, because that do all your videos have to be like these high level productions? Like the quality has to be there?
I definitely want the quality to be there. It's funny because with Test Me, I made a mistake and I uploaded the wrong video. Like we used this really good camera and I uploaded the wrong video and it would only go up to 400, like, and it was all blurry, and then we had to like re-upload it and like we fixed it. But yeah, I mean, I don't need it to be a high production, but I do need it to be quality. Like that's something that I really do like care about, because like I said, like I'm an artist in many ways and I'm a very visual artist and I do love visuals and I love telling a story and I love like, you know, being able to show that. And I don't care like how long it takes. I just want to make sure that from the beginning I'm putting out quality and things that I'm going to be proud of like 10 years into my career, you know?
I mean, sometimes artists do love seeing the come up, you know? Mm-hmm. Like how you said Ice Spice, she just blows up out of nowhere. Yeah. You know, she started off, like, I mean, you didn't really see her come up.
No, I mean, she still had good videos, I feel like, before. Like, I feel like all of the artists that I personally look up to, for example, like Rosalia, like, even when she was still coming up, like, her shit was all on point. Like, she still had fire concepts. She still had fire quality. And, like, it's more of, like, how, like we said earlier, like, how you want to, like, present yourself out to you know, your image and shit like that. Like, you know, I feel like even you can tell from like energy, like even energy, for that being my first song, that music video has a cool concept, and like, you know, whether it could have been better or not, like it's still good. And for it to be like my first, you know.
Yeah, please never take that down.
No, I'm not. But you know, it is my first one, so I still cringe at it.
No.
But
or at least I'll just download it.
Yeah, you have to.
I'll
like
on Apple, yeah. Whatever.
But yeah, it doesn't matter for me for my music videos to have quality. Oh, man. Everything I do needs to be quality.
I had one last. Oh yeah, okay.
One last question.
Well, this is a question I usually ask, but I want you to give some like real concrete advice to like artists that are coming up. Because I was gonna ask you, like, how does it feel to be like, you know, you have like 80K, right, on Instagram, like 70, 80?
I'm close to 80.
So, you know, like when you have 80K and like someone follows you on Instagram and they're like, oh, I got 80K followers. How does that feel? And also, what can an artist do? Because there's artists, you know, that are way below you. So what should they do to get to your level?
You know, okay, so your first question is like how I feel when people are like, oh, you have so many followers. I mean, it happens, but like to me, I don't really feel like I have many followers, because I mean, at least in my friend group, I'm like the least followed.
For real?
Run, yeah, like all my friends have like millions or like.
See, that's how you should be.
600K, 400K. Like even my roommate Kaya, she's like close to 200K. Like, you know, like everyone around me is bigger than me, which I feel like that's how it should be. You know, like I should be around people that are bigger than me. But I would say for anybody that's like lower, I would say just don't base yourself off of those numbers, because in reality it doesn't really fucking matter, because I have 80K followers, but like my streams are low right now. So it's like, I would say the best advice that I can give any independent artist out there is like, know how to manage your money when you put it into your music. Like, know how to do like things strategically where it'll actually help you and benefit you, because I feel like I have spent so much money on things that didn't really like help me, you know, and I could have put those dollars into something else. And then also just don't take advice from anywhere or anyone unless it feels true to you. Because, for example, like a lot of people advise me like, don't sign. But like, I know exactly what it means to be signed, and it's something that I am interested in. And that doesn't matter if like other people maybe wouldn't want to, but like to me, it makes sense. And to me, I like it, you know?
Yeah, it's like, you shouldn't listen to them, because you just made me realize that it's like, you know, when someone takes a business loan. Yeah. So it's like you can get a loan and make a profitable business, but then there's other people that are lazy and they'll squander the money and not be able to pay it back.
Right. I mean, what a lot of people tell me is that like, oh, like a label is basically just a bank. Like if you want money, just go take out a loan. And I'm just like, okay, well, to me, it's not that, because to me, like when I see like a label, I see like a machine of people, a team, people that are already in the industry and know what to do. Like as an independent artist, I have to be that machine for myself, which is fine. And I have been that, but I'm excited for the time where I don't have to be that, you know. I'm excited for the time where I can just, you know, relax and just like really work on my music and my artistry and being able to get it to the next level, because I feel like I'm very good now where I have no practice. When I'm really able to put myself into my craft and like really perfect it, I'm going to be so good, you know?
I know we said that was the last question, but I
You're
was
good.
thinking about this on the drive here.
Okay.
And it's so funny that at the end, that's when you like triggered.
Remember, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because to be an artist, I realized that really what makes good music is relaxation, right? Because, you know, like it's hard to sing in front of people. You get self-conscious, you get anxious, nervous, you know? So it's like, you wouldn't just like go in a crowd and be like, especially you, because, you know, like people hate.
I don't care.
But everyone always wants to take someone down that's like shining and higher than them. So it's like when it comes to music, it's like a safe, like that recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a safe haven. Like even us, like this is like minus the like technical difficulty. It's like a safe haven for like relaxation in a conversation where it's like,
Right.
you know, like someone's like at work talking to their coworker and their manager's like, hey, you got to go back to work, you know?
Yeah.
You can just listen to a podcast or you can listen to music, and it's like it's relaxation.
It's that moment of just like letting go, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's funny that we're talking about this, because I feel like you were very relaxed when it came to like energy. Do you feel like you were relaxed when you made Test Me?
Yeah, actually, I was relaxed when I made Test Me. I remember when we made Test Me, it was literally just me and my writer. And we were working on this beat. I wasn't feeling it. And then he literally just like made up like the 4 keys, like the ton, 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 like that. And then we literally built Test Me straight off of a loop. And
That's
then
crazy.
like,
You guys made it in the studio?
yeah, like we
Wow.
literally like made the whole song off of the loop. Like it had no structure. And then we sent it to my producer, and then he like added all the like beats and everything underneath it and like really like structured it. But I was really relaxed. Like I feel like as much as I'm like a very high energy person, it really just depends of the room that I'm in. Like I'm also very calm and very relaxed always. Unless I'm in like a party setting, then that's like a completely different story. But like other than that, I'm just very relaxed. And when I make my music, I try to be even more relaxed because I'm still pretty new at it, like to the point where like I don't really know how to like voice control and stuff like that. So like if I'm not relaxed, then my voice comes off like very like pushy, like it's not airy.
Like the boss?
Yeah, so I have to be chilled and, you know.
Yeah, I saw you have comma on your hand.
Oh yeah. I
Does-
have to remind myself.
Does that actually help?
Yeah, it does actually.
All right. So do you have anyone that anything else you want to talk about Test Me?
Test me, bitch. No, I would say the only thing that I want to say about Test Me is that I hope that whoever listens to it really gets like the energy of like, you know, you can do whatever it is you want in this life. No one can stop you other than you. Be your best self and fuck whoever says something differently. Like focus on what you want to do and what you want to put out and what you're doing, because that's really what's going to take you anywhere. So, you know, stream Test Me and no, nothing else.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Who do you want to shout out?
Shout out 6 Feet for our second consecutive year on this interview. I really hope that we keep doing these interviews, as you know, we both keep hitting milestones and growing in our careers. I'm very comfortable having conversations with you, and I feel like it could only get better. So, you know, wait on round 3.
That's why we call going deep, because we go deep.
Exactly. Period. But yeah, no, shout out to you and shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody sharing and liking and supporting both of us.
And where can they find you at?
Y'all can all find me at Keella Garre, KeellaGarre on all platforms. I was really lucky to get my name on everywhere.
Yeah, and you have a lot of double like letters.
Yes, I do. I like shit even, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, that's crazy. So yeah, so this has been 6 feet once again with the one and only spectacular Miss Keella Garre.
Period.